Archangel Michael says, "My beloved child, there is something you must hear, and you must hear it now. This person, the one you've thought about more than you've even realized, has been standing in two realms, one foot in your life, one foot in a place they thought you'd never see. Your angel has seen it. Heaven has recorded it. And the time for quiet protection has passed. It is time for clarity. It is time for your heart to open wide and let in the light. There is nothing to fear, because you are being surrounded by love that will not let you fall. You were chosen for more than what you settled for. You were designed for more than what you tolerated. Every tear you shed in secret, every moment you felt abandoned while they looked you in the eye, it all mattered. Heaven took note. You were never alone. Not for 1 second. They spoke kind words while their heart grew colder. They stood beside you, but not for the reasons you thought. They were not walking with you, they were studying you, calculating the distance between your hope and their intent. But now your angel is speaking, and every falsehood is trembling. You may feel conflicted in this moment. You may want to turn away and pretend you didn't see the signs. But the signs were always there. This message is not here to punish, it is here to set you free. You do not need to convince yourself that their silence meant peace. It didn't. Their avoidance was never safety. Their distance was never love. Your angel has been watching, waiting for the precise moment you'd be strong enough to see clearly. This is that moment. You are stronger now. Not because you haven't been hurt, but because you have been hurt and still chose love. You gave when you had nothing left. You smiled when your heart was breaking. You believed in someone who wasn't even fully present. And yet, you endured. You loved beyond logic. And now, the truth comes not to break you, but to lift you into a realm where false love cannot follow. The person your angel is exposing did not enter your life to build you. They entered for themselves. It's a harsh truth, but a holy one. They were drawn to your light but feared your strength. So they tried to dim your light and delay your growth. Not because they hated you, but because they were not ready to grow with you. They were not ready to be seen. They were not ready to be called higher. And so they stayed low, dragging the energy around them down with them. But heaven has sent an intervention. This message is that intervention. You are not being punished, you are being promoted. You are not being pushed away from someone, you are being drawn toward your destiny. There is a version of you waiting to rise, a version that no longer has to shrink in the presence of confusion, that no longer has to explain away discomfort or beg for breadcrumbs. You were never meant to live hungry for love. Love was meant to pour into you like living water. And the one heaven sends will do exactly that. Your angel has seen the conversations this person has had about you behind closed doors. Words that were coated in charm in front of you but coated in indifference when you weren't around. Your angel has heard the thoughts they wouldn't dare say out loud. Your heart deserves better than empty presents. You deserve more than someone who shows up in body but not in spirit. And so, heaven steps in. This is the season where masks fall. Not to shame, but to reveal. You have been carrying the weight of someone else's indecision for far too long. Their hot and cold presence, their half-hearted responses, their sudden withdrawals, none of it had anything to do with your worth. Your angel is revealing that it was all rooted in their own fear of your light. Your presence reminded them of the truth they weren't ready to face within themselves. And so they stepped back while pretending to stand close. But today, your angel no longer whispers. Today, your angel declares, "You are too chosen to be tolerated. You are too loved to be used. You are too valuable to be treated as optional. You are not dramatic, too emotional, or asking for too much. You are asking for exactly what heaven has already designed for you." The reason you couldn't find peace in this connection is because your spirit knew the truth long before your mind could accept it. Your intuition kept nudging you, and now your angel confirms it. This person never planned to build with you. They planned to take what they could while you still believed in them. But now, the spell has been broken. The fog is lifting. You are awakening to the sacred truth. Not everyone who walks with you is meant to walk forever. And that's okay. Because someone is coming. Someone who will see you, hear you, and love you without hesitation. Someone who will not run from your strength or feel threatened by your depth. Someone who will protect your spirit like it's their own. Your angel is making room for that person by exposing the one who cannot stay. You may feel grief. That's normal. You may feel betrayed. That's human. But beneath it all, there is relief. Because now you know. Now you don't have to guess. Now you don't have to hope that they'll change, or pray that one day they'll finally be ready. They are not your assignment. They are not your final chapter. They were a sentence in your story, but they are not the ending. Your angel is removing what you thought was love, so heaven can bring what actually is. And now, your energy is rising. Now, the light returns. Now, the laughter that once felt lost in your chest begins to bubble back to the surface. Heaven never wanted you to suffer. Heaven allowed your heart to break so it could be healed in truth. You cannot heal in confusion. You can only heal in clarity. And now you have it. Now, the chains fall. There is a new name written over your life. It is not sorrow. It is not regret. It is promise. It is elevation. It is joy. And everything that tried to keep you bound to the old version of you is being undone. Your angel has been fighting in the unseen for this very moment, to wake you up to who you are, to lift you out of what was never yours, and to remind you, you are still called. You are still chosen. You are still worthy. The moment you release this person fully, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, you will feel the shift. Their presence in your life was never meant to be permanent. It was meant to prepare you for something greater. It was meant to stretch your heart until it knew what real love must feel like. And now you do. Now, you won't settle. Now, you won't negotiate your peace. Heaven is aligning the right people, the right opportunities, the right blessings in your favor. But first, you must let go of what was always false. Let go without hate. Let go without bitterness. Let go with love, and rise with hope. Because your angel isn't just revealing the truth to hurt you, the truth is coming to heal you. There are things you cannot see yet. But your angel can. Your angel is already walking the path ahead of you, clearing the debris, preparing the way. What felt like loss is about to turn into the biggest gain of your life. The silence will be filled with music again. The loneliness will turn into companionship again. The uncertainty will become vision. And your heart will thank you for being brave enough to receive the truth. This person cannot go with you where you're going. They were a lesson, not a promise. You gave them chances, grace, and kindness, but your season of carrying someone else's burden is over. Now is your time. Now is your release. And with that release comes blessings you cannot even imagine. God says, I am not the author of confusion but of peace. I do not bring turmoil, I bring clarity. I have sent my angels to pull back the curtain because the hour is near for your breakthrough. I will not allow anyone to dim what I have ignited in you. The truth is your gift. Walk in it, and everything you've been waiting for will meet you. So now, walk forward. Walk away from what no longer serves you. Walk toward the arms of a love that won't leave you guessing. Your angel is still with you, speaking, guiding, covering you. The truth has been spoken. The light has come. You are free now. Keep walking. Your angel is exposing this person because you're finally ready to hear this truth about him. You are finally ready to understand the part of your life that has been quietly influencing your thoughts, emotions, and decisions. The spirit of confusion you've wrestled with was never yours to carry. The delay that made you question your value had a name, and it is now being removed. You are being separated from what once tried to dim your light. There is a shift. Not because you begged long enough or cried hard enough, but because heaven knew the exact moment your heart would be able to receive the truth without falling apart. That moment is now. There is someone who once had power over your confidence. Someone who once spoke in a way that made you shrink, who held the pen over your story like they were allowed to write it. But they were never the author. You are being pulled out from under that influence. You are being brought into the light. What was once allowed to control your path is being dismantled by angelic hands. The false connections are being broken. The lies are being untied. Heaven is undoing every crooked rope tied around your voice, your hope, your future. Archangel Michael is stepping forward now. This moment is sacred. Pause everything. 2 angels from heaven are trying to warn you. They are begging you to hear them. This is the last attempt. Open before it's too late. The thread is thin, but heaven's power is not. They are lifting the curtain, not to scare you, but to free you. You are being released. Someone behind the scenes tried to keep you small. Tried to speak softly so that no one would know what they were really doing. But the angels heard. God heard. And now the time of exposure has come. The chains are falling. The contracts you never agreed to are being torn. Every whispered agreement that was made in the shadows is being cancelled. Your name is being cleansed. Your presence is being restored. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. And no lie that was ever spoken against your destiny will hold. There is a scroll in heaven with your name on it, and the angels are holding it open right now. They are reading aloud the truth of your identity, your inheritance, your divine purpose. And even if no one else believes in you, the angels do. The sky believes. The stars are aligned for you. Your next step is not going to look like your past. Everything you thought was final is now being rewritten by grace. Someone wanted to make sure you never saw the truth. They benefited from your blindness. They laughed behind curtains. They watched you stumble and thought they had won. But they didn't know that heaven was keeping a record. Every tear you shed was counted. Every heartbreak was known. And nothing was forgotten. What they thought was hidden has now been seen. What they thought would go unnoticed is being exposed. Not to shame them, but to lift you. Not to hurt them, but to free you. Archangel Michael says, be careful. It's an emergency. This is about your marriage. Your marriage certificate is, open it immediately. There is something you need to see. There's a seal that heaven placed on a relationship that is not meant to be destroyed. But someone has tried to intervene. They tried to block the path with silence, distance, confusion. But the angels are stepping in. They are not asking for your permission to protect you, they are doing it because your soul cried out for it. This is divine protection. This is not just another spiritual message. This is heaven holding you, wrapping you in holy fire, and declaring that you are chosen. That your days of being manipulated are over. That the whisper in your spirit that said, "Something isn't right," was correct. You didn't imagine it. You weren't overreacting. You were discerning. And now the truth is surfacing. Heaven is untying knots. They are untangling your path from the traps that were set. There is someone who loved you for the version of you that didn't know how powerful you really are. They loved the confused you, the obedient you, the quiet you that didn't ask questions. But you're not that version anymore. You're awakening. You're rising. You're remembering your authority. You're stepping into divine clarity. And those who thrived when you were blind are starting to feel the shift. They see you rising and they are uncomfortable. Not because you did anything wrong, but because they can't control what they no longer understand. Heaven says, let go of the one who used their closeness to you to manipulate your view. Let go of the tie that made you question your worth. Let go of the one who tried to act like a protector but secretly redirected your steps. They knew what they were doing. But they underestimated your angels. They didn't think you would survive without them. But now you are not only surviving, you're being elevated. There is a crown waiting for you. A spiritual crown that only you can wear. No one can steal it. No one can copy it. It was formed in fire and carved through prayer. The road you walked to get here wasn't easy. But it was intentional. Heaven allowed the storms not to break you, but to remove the false coverings from your eyes. And now you see. You see what others missed. You hear what others ignored. And because of that, you are about to walk into a reward that no one can take. There are divine blessings that are being released to you even now. As these words are being spoken, there is a shift in your atmosphere. Things that were locked are opening. Things that were delayed are now being expedited. The hands of angels are working behind the scenes. They are fixing things you didn't even know were broken. They are organizing meetings, divine alignments, reconciliations, and restorations. All because you were willing to receive the truth. There is one moment that changes everything. This is that moment. When you choose to believe that heaven has your back. When you believe that even though others tried to break your spirit, the divine has restored it 10 times stronger. There are prayers you forgot you prayed that are now being answered. There are doors you knocked on long ago that are about to swing open. The delay was never denial. It was divine preparation. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. Your name has been spoken in heavenly places. And even when no one else seemed to stand with you, the angels were there. They stood by your bed at night. They held your heart when it was too heavy to carry. They whispered truth into your spirit when you were surrounded by lies. And now, they are speaking louder. Louder than the voices that tried to silence you. Louder than the opinions that tried to define you. The truth is, you were never ordinary. You were never meant to follow the crowd. You were always meant to be set apart. That's why it felt like you didn't belong. That's why people looked at you differently. You carry a light that cannot be hidden. You carry a purpose that cannot be erased. And now the heavens are opening over you to show you who you really are. Archangel Michael is guarding your path. Every step you take from here is being watched over. Every decision is being guided. Even if you feel uncertain, you are not walking alone. There is a divine presence walking beside you, speaking to your soul, confirming what your spirit already knows. The truth has come. And with truth comes freedom. Freedom is not always easy. It requires letting go of people you loved, patterns you trusted, and comfort zones you relied on. But the reward is greater than the release. What you're walking into is bigger than what you're leaving behind. And heaven is celebrating. The angels are singing over you. The earth is responding to your obedience. And now, here is the one moment it is permitted to be said. God says, "You are mine, and I am restoring everything that was stolen from you. I am rebuilding what was torn down. I am healing what was broken. And I am lifting you to heights you've never seen. Because you believed, because you endured, because you said yes when it was hardest, I will not let you be put to shame." The next few days are not random. They are sacred. Watch for signs. Watch for confirmations. Watch for divine interruptions. When something breaks unexpectedly, it might be heaven removing a block. When someone calls you out of nowhere, it might be an answer to a prayer. Stay alert. Stay expectant. You are not being overlooked, you are being aligned. And lastly, your blessings are not just spiritual. They are practical too. Expect resources. Expect open doors. Expect healing in your body, your family, your finances. Expect keys, literal keys. Heaven is delivering transportation, housing, contracts, and divine provision. Because you didn't give up. Because you didn't bow to fear. Because you trusted even when you were trembling. And now it is being done. The truth has come. The angels have spoken. Heaven has moved. And you are finally free. Let me know when you're ready for the next one. My child, there are moments in life when the veil lifts gently, when the fog that's been covering the truth finally clears, not because you searched harder, but because heaven decided you are ready. And that moment is now. You have asked questions in silence. You have looked into the eyes of someone close to you and felt something stir inside, like something was being hidden from you. There were nights you felt confusion, uncertainty, and that overwhelming pull of intuition telling you that something is not as it seems. Your angel has stood by, waiting patiently for this divine permission to speak clearly to you. God says, your angel is exposing this person because you're finally ready to hear this truth about him. This is not to hurt you. This is not to tear down what you've built. This is to protect your destiny. This is about the promise that was placed over your life before you were even born. And now, this revelation is part of that promise unfolding. Do not let fear hold you. Do not let your emotions blind you. You are safe. You are guided. And you are being lifted into a new chapter that will be marked by healing and truth. Someone you have held close has not walked in the full light. They have smiled, they have said the right words, and yet, their heart has not aligned with the love and respect you deserve. You have felt the cracks, but you silenced yourself, telling yourself that love means patience. And yes, it does, but not silence. Not denial. Not spiritual blindness. That's why your angel is exposing this truth. Because silence now would cost you more than the truth ever could. There is a lightness that comes when you are finally allowed to stop carrying the weight of someone else's secrets. Your angel is helping you set that burden down. What you thought was love was sometimes only the illusion of it. What you thought was loyalty was at times just convenience. But do not worry. Do not despair. This truth is not the end. It is the beginning. Heaven is stepping in because you have cried long enough in private. You have carried enough confusion. The heavens are roaring in response to your prayers, and the time of hiding is over. Do not fight what is being revealed. Receive it. Take a deep breath, and trust that this revelation will not destroy you, but heal you. The Most High is still in control. Your heart is being watched over. You are not alone in this. You have angels surrounding you, whispering comfort even as your eyes are being opened. The shaking you feel in your soul is not a sign of destruction, it is a sign of construction. Something better is being built for you. There is a future designed for you where trust is not questioned every day. Where your worth is not debated in someone else's indecision. Where your voice is heard without raising it. Where your love is returned with the same depth and honor that you give. And heaven wants you to have that future. That's why the truth is being handed to you now. You are being prepared for something greater. There will be peace again. There will be joy again. You will smile without wondering if it's about to be taken from you. You will laugh without suspicion. You will feel safe again, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. That's the kind of protection your Father in heaven promises. And He never breaks a promise. Your angel has tried to show you signs before, conversations that didn't make sense, behavior that didn't add up, moments that made your spirit feel uneasy even if everything looked fine on the surface. That was the warning. But this now is the unveiling. The curtain is being pulled back completely. You are seeing the heart behind the words, the intention behind the actions. And while it may sting for a moment, it will free you for eternity. This truth is not just about that person. It's about you. It's about your growth, your strength, your calling. You are not the same person you were when you first met them. You've matured. You've prayed deeper prayers. You've cried holy tears. You've sought the heart of God in ways you didn't before. And that has changed you. That has strengthened you. And now, that strength is making room for divine clarity. There is a shift in the heavens over your life. Can you feel it? It's not just the ending of something, it's the crowning of something new. You are being honored for your endurance. Your tears have been collected. Your faith has been recorded. Your patience has reached the courts of heaven, and now, the judgment is in your favor. That is why your angel is acting. That is why the voice of truth cannot be silenced any longer. You are being delivered from confusion. No more guessing. No more half-truths. No more doubting yourself because someone else kept hiding. Your discernment is being sharpened. Your confidence is being restored. And most importantly, your future is being protected. What was once hidden is now exposed. But remember, exposure is not about shame, it's about rescue. You are being rescued from a connection that could have cost you too much. Even if you loved, even if you hoped, even if you dreamed of more, this unveiling is heaven's way of saying, I have something better for you. You are being separated from anything that could block your blessings. You must know this now, what's coming next for you is something sacred. The kind of love that doesn't confuse you. The kind of peace that doesn't disappear. The kind of joy that doesn't require pretending. And the place God is taking you requires you to walk in full truth, not just about others, but about yourself too. This is your invitation to rise higher. To walk forward with your head lifted. To not beg for what doesn't see your value. To stop apologizing for outgrowing people's expectations. To move boldly toward the life you were born to live. And you will not walk alone. Heaven walks with you. Angels are beside you. Light shines on your path, even now. Pray. Not for the old to come back, but for the strength to move into the new. Pray not for explanations, but for peace. Pray not for them to change, but for you to grow. Let the past be the past. Let the truth cleanse the wounds. Let the grace of God fill every broken part with holy light. You are not a victim. You are not abandoned. You are chosen. You are seen. You are deeply loved. You will feel peace again in the silence. You will wake up one morning and realize that the heaviness is gone. You will step into rooms and feel light instead of tension. That's the freedom truth brings. That's the reward of walking in the will of the Most High. Let go of trying to fix what was never whole to begin with. Let go of blaming yourself. Let go of rehearsing every conversation, trying to make sense of what they said or did. Your angel is confirming what you already felt deep down, you just needed the courage to believe it. And now, you have it. You are safe. You are protected. You are guarded by a love that never fails. You do not need to fear what happens next. You do not need to rush the healing. Just rest in the presence of God. Just lean into His arms. Just trust that He is doing what is best, even if it doesn't look like what you expected. Heaven never makes mistakes. There is a future being written for you that you haven't even imagined. A peace that passes understanding. A love that reflects heaven. A restoration that will make you forget the ache. But first, this truth had to come. This unveiling had to take place. And it has. The door has been opened. Now walk through it. The old chapter is closing. The new one has already begun. And with every step, remember this: you are not alone. Heaven has gone ahead of you. Grace is paving the road. Angels are clearing the way. What once felt confusing is about to become beautifully clear. What once made you feel small is about to be dwarfed by the greatness of your divine purpose. You were not born to live in the shadows. You were not created to tolerate half-hearted connections. You were made for light. For clarity. For truth. The person being exposed is not your punishment, it's your protection. The truth you've been given is not a burden, it's a blessing. Your angel has been waiting for this moment. And now that it's here, heaven rejoices. Because your healing has begun. Your restoration has started. Your heart is being made whole again. So breathe deep. Release the fear. Receive the truth. Embrace the light. And trust, above all, that the same God who revealed the truth will also reveal the next steps. You are covered. You are held. And you are deeply, eternally safe, in divine hands. Amen.